Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this video, and I'm hoping our viewers can actually, I know our producer can show the video so our viewers know the conversation that we're referencing. Akamaka was going to say something.
Okay. So I think in this particular situation, find out that the Nigerian, the guild that is in charge of the actors, they have a lot of role to play in the sense that if you're part of an association, it's their duty and responsibility to also look for ways for the Nigerian actors to integrate globally, right? But then you also find out that this is an inherent issues within us as a community. Why? Because in schools you find out that kids are told not to even speak vernacular in schools, but to speak English. How do you even promote that? Like, you understand? So we're losing ourselves as a people. So if a child going to school has been taught not to speak vernacular in class, but to speak English, and inculcating that, and then you find out that most kids can't even speak the local languages. Yeah, even you can be Igbo living in Lagos, and then you don't even know the Yoruba. You can't speak Yoruba. Right? And I'm coming, you can't speak Yoruba. Because I remember, tomorrow, most of my brother will come to my house and he'll say, I don't understand how you watch all these movies that you can't even hear what they are speaking, but you're so interested, you're watching them. I watch Indian movies, I watch all these Korean movies. I'll just be like this, they'll be speaking, I'll just be so happy. So that's the same thing. Like we need to be authentic to ourselves and export our own and tell our stories as our own. But that's what people love, and that's what people can resonate with.
So I mean, I've always said this before, and I think I did a TEDx talk on this many years ago, and it's been a campaign for those of us on this show. I have really always said it that we have to tell our own. We have to paint our own picture because Hollywood was deliberate in painting a picture. And I always go back to how Hollywood invested, how the government invested heavily in Hollywood, especially during the World War II, I believe, when they're trying to show the American people that America was winning the war. You know, and they have all these movies talking about our boys, we're rescuing them, how we defeated the enemies. You know, all these war movies then were really heavily invested by the American government to paint a picture of how America was the world leader. This has begun to paint pictures. Gradually they were investing. Before we started seeing I think it was drones. Before we started seeing the movies, Hollywood was the very first launch. Every technology we have was first launched in Hollywood. In movies where you just see something show up on screen and you're wondering what's going on. Everything was first launched, and it's because the government is working hand in hand in Hollywood, saying, "Lord, before we bring this product to the market, let us test it. Let people start let's tease them with it with Hollywood." So Hollywood shows us the future.
What's to come,
The same thing with Nollywood. Nollywood, my child has never in her life seen a clean-looking Nigerian police officer, because every movie we paint is a picture of a very scruffy-looking policeman standing on the street asking for 20 naira. My daughter has never watched a Nigerian movie that has a world-class hospital, because every movie we show in Nigerian movie is showing hospitals where you are just come here, go rush it, come and carry the banner, come bring a person down to the hospital. We've not painted the picture, but somebody in America is investing in movies that are showing the NYPD as this huge institution that helps to prepare to save lives, showing firefighters. They are painting a picture because there's a child in Alabama in her life that has never been to New York and is wondering, one day when I go to New York, I'll see a real New York police officer, because the same way the Hollywood has painted that picture to that child in a village within the US. The same thing with that picture has been painted to us. So instead of a Stella Damasus waiting for Hollywood to validate, it is Nollywood that we need to invest in and to paint that picture that is exportable. That people wonder, Africa that we thought was this way. This is not Africa. This is who Africa is. They are telling their own story. They are redefining themselves, and this is who they are. And they must take us for who we are. Because that's my own perception on this.
I absolutely agree. You know, which is what it goes back to what I said, that the picture that Hollywood had for the longest time were pictures that we first painted. People perceive you how you perceive yourself. How you carry yourself is how others will carry you. And so I agree that we need to come back and retrace our steps and say, what can we do to create more robust systems where we're able to tell our stories, export it as it is, and whether we gain acceptance or not, as long as we are thriving. There have been times in this country where Nollywood entertainment contributed hugely to our gross GP. We have the government now investing in film villages, and all of that, but we can do so much more. And I know for a fact that, like you said, if we're able to get that collaboration with African Americans, the stories will be.
I'll come to that in a minute. Let me take Etta. Etta's been calling, holding. Good morning, Etta. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead.
You've been a long way, Mariah.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
I want to contribute to this, and I say once again, we always want to get our validation from outsiders. What Nigerians, what Africans. Stella Damasus is saying she's upgraded herself to what? To the American standard or to the African standard. Bring a Halle Berry to Nigeria and come and tell her, turn the table around. Can a Halle Berry come and act an akara seller in our own top-notch this thing, Nollywood? She can't. So why do we feel that we want to go and act there and they will accept us fully? When Nigerians are crying out loud, can we for once be proud of who we are? I am always so excited with Amaka Orakwe with her Igbo accent. Stayed abroad so many years, yet she's proud with her Igbo accent. She said somebody could identify her voice. My daughter always says, I am Amaka Orakwe, an entrepreneur. And I said, yes, do not speak down on her, because that is her originality. We are adopting the American, the British, and we're looking very funny in it. We don't seem to know. We are not there. Let's be original. If you say you want to get your validity from the American film or from the British film, you can never speak like the British. Let's be real. Polish yourself up and down. Go and do your voice training. You're not them. The real American will still pick you out as us. So, I don't see the training. Even you, Mariah, that's been in America, go there. You're not fully an American. Your accent is not fully. Yes, very sweet, but you're not the original. Let's adopt and encourage our own originality.
Thank you very much.
Give ourselves a validity.
Okay.
So in 2015...
No.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
remember we're holding for you to
yes,
speak.
Yes. So I want us to also look at this conversation from an economic standpoint, right? And then we'll talk about private partnerships. And then, like you said, that before you launch any product, you see it on TV. That's because that's marketing. And that's where you call on entrepreneurs, you call on business owners to partner with Nollywood to be able to project Africa or to be able to project Nigeria. Do you understand? As well, because if they don't have those right partnerships where they are not spending what their little budgets on certain things, then they can do better.
Yeah.
Because the reason why Hollywood also thrives is because of lots of partnerships and lots of all these companies paying a lot of money to be projected on the screens. Media is huge. Do you understand? So these people have very little budgets, so they need lots of private
that's Nollywood,
support.
right?
Yes, Nollywood.
Yeah.
Lots of partnership and then the Ministry of Arts and Government Intervention, Arts and Culture also has to encourage these investors, because if you're putting your money or you're not by cash but maybe equity, you want to be able to make sure that it's yielding benefits and value to your business and your company. That's what we need.
I'll come to you. Let me take this call. Hold. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Hello. Oh, it's a video. Okay, I wanted to play that video so that Nigerians see what we're talking about. Then we'll come back to Moyo. Please show that clip.
They're like, no, there's a particular kind of accent that you must have. So that's why they force our people to put it on. Hey, my name is this. Have you ever come to this place that you... I'm like, we don't
sound like
talk like that. Maybe one or two small countries in East Africa, but I'm Nigerian. They're Ghanaians. They're different people and we all sound different, but we don't sound like this. She said, but that's what Hollywood wants. That's what they're used to. Most of the Nigerians that have done big screen movies in Hollywood are people that were raised in England. Most of them have a different type of accent, And they say to me, we want an African to be very dark. That's the kind of African that we are used to. We're not used to your kind of African. We want Lupita dark. I'm like, okay. So you're not dark enough and you're not white, you're not light enough to be half caste. So it's hard to place you. You're not mixed race. Then your accent. You don't sound American. You don't sound British. Neither do you sound African. I'm like, how do you think Africans sound? Because Africa is filled with 101 countries, and inside those countries, we have different dialects and different accents. They're like, no, there's a part.
So that's the clip we'll be discussing. Moyo.
She's just, I don't know why we are fussing over Hollywood and all that. So I want to applaud, and I wish that a lot of Nollywood would actually take some steps that the music industry is taking. And I respect Wizkid. 2015, Wizkid actually rejected, he boycotted the BET Awards because of the disrespect that they are giving the African countries, or the African artists rather, because they would say, for you to take your award, you need to come and take it backstage. Meanwhile, the likes of Dre and whatever, or whoever, they will come and take it on stage. So we are not good enough. We were supposed to be behind the scene. So Wizkid boycotted it, but I know that so many other African, Yemi Alade also boycotted, but I know that there are so many Nigerian artists that would have said, BET wants to give me an award. Oh, I need to go. I have to take it. No. By the time we start showing respect, they would automatically respect you. When you sell yourself and you belittle yourself, people will definitely disrespect you.
Let me take this call from Francis. Thanks for calling. You're live. Thanks for you.
Thank you, ladies. Good morning.
Morning.
You see, let me follow. I think it was one of the callers that said, why are we looking for validation from outsiders? Chika said something. You know, this adage, Africa, we have a lot of adage that I don't believe again. You tell me they smell you the way you smell yourself. My sister, it is not true. The lady sprayed a perfume, entered the lecturer's office, believing it was smelling nice, and the lecturer was like, who sprayed this rubbish? So they don't smell you the way you smell yourself. Be yourself. Leave validation from people who you are not part of. Stay in your place, stay on your lane. When you stay on your lane and do what you are supposed to do, let the people know that this is my value. If you don't like my value, maintain your own. Let me maintain my own. Not until they tell you that your own, not until those people tell you it's okay before you know it's okay. How many Africans have told the Hollywood people that they are okay? They don't need your validation. Why do you need their validation? They don't need yours. Why is it that we don't think about it? Except they give us validation, that is when we are okay. I'm not okay with it. I'm a full-blown Nigerian. Let me sound like my president. Hollywood, allow Nollywood to breathe. Allow Nollywood to breathe. We have the best of it. It's just because they value what they have. Let us value what we have. If I want to go overseas to go and act movie, that means I'm ready to do what they want. But let them look for me because they need that value. Let us look for them because we need their value. Please stay on your lane and don't let this their validation become what has made us. It has made us look like
beggars.
The new improved slavery. New improved slavery is what we are having.
Thank you very much, Francis.
We want to go for the meat.
Thank you so much, Francis. So you see, another thing angle I'd like to come on is the role of the African American community. And I know, I mean, I didn't want to bring back this conversation, but the truth is that we need to consciously be willing to bridge that gap between us Africans and the African American community. And the reason is because we have much to gain together. You see, they also are having challenges with Hollywood. It's not every African American actor that has the inroad into Hollywood. If you follow some of their actors, they see Tyler Perry as a savior a lot of time, who has been able to come and break into that industry and pay them what they are worth and be able to value them. Because sometimes they also have that challenge of, oh, you're not dark enough, or you're not light enough, or you're not this enough. They also, over the years, they were stereotyped for certain roles. So they are also looking for a platform that honors them. So Nollywood can actually fit into that platform. Nollywood can actually say, you know what, we are opening an inroad for this community where we reform Nollywood such that it is at par, where African Americans are therefore aspiring to be accepted into a Nollywood. And they are there saying, how can I get a role such that we are building that industry together? So I think also as Africans or as Nigerians, we need to start relooking and stop trying to focus on Hollywood, but see how we can partner with those who look like us to build the industry, which is already the second largest market.
So what is the Actors Guild then doing?
So
what's the Association of the Actors Guild
Why
doing?
don't we talk about the African partnership? where Nigerian actors and actors
Kenyan,
and
Uganda,
so that we can showcase the different cultures. So we can become powerful on our own. Where we can tell different stories. We can tell how different African countries intermarry. You know, the different cultures, the different things that they have, the tribes that they have there. They have the dress, the lifestyle, you know, what they have, the parks, you know, what each country has to. We're huge. There's a lot we can do together and build our own BET in Africa. Like, we don't even need, they'll be the ones looking for us to buy the stories
Amaka,
and
then
stuff.
What are the Actor Guild Association doing? What
It is
the
their
purpose
job.
of the,
It is their job to go and look for those opportunities and collaborations and
looking
stuff.
for those
We
opportunities.
have problem with the guilds. Please leave the guild alone, because they are still helping to pay medical bills. We have actors. They are still sorting out welfare, because we have to. Our Nollywood, as much as it looks nice and fancy, but there are still fundamental issues that needs to be sorted. So I'm not sure the guild. They have a role to play. I agree with you 100%. But I think they have bigger issues.
I think that many of these new age filmmakers and people who are stakeholders in the film industry are beginning to do this collaboration.
Chika, can I pause you? I'm sorry, because I want to get your point properly. I have to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll take Chika's point. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.